Okay, a little bit of an unusual review today. Today I'm actually doing a review of the car which I've been using for the last wee while. It's a Vauxhall Astra SRI, which I thought, ooh, sexy, really interesting. The car itself is pretty good. There's very little to complain about it. On the inside, I'm loving the kind of, which it almost looks like a Lamborghini Aventador kind of center column there, and it's quite cool. It's got the kind of if you want to turn the radio on, press button there, radio gets up nice and loud, and I can change it and all that, and the CD fits in there and everything. So in general, as a car, yeah, works fine, looks good. There are a couple of issues with it. First of all, the handbrake. If your finger's there, it gets caught as you crush your fingers down. Secondly, if you have a cup there, you can't put the handbrake down because your hand squishes against the cup. Odd. Second thing, this, I don't know what this is for or what that does. It's just something that goes forward and back, and then I can't lift it. If I lift it up like that, it's got a couple of CDs in there and it can fit an extra coffee, but what that moving just gives you no idea what good that is whatsoever. The other thing is the fuel economy. I was thinking a 1.4 litre teeny weeny little engine, petrol as well. I thought that should be able to get some pretty good miles to the gallon. However, not. Let's just look. I've had this now I've done about 2 tanks worth. Let's see, fuel, average consumption is only 33.5 miles to the gallon. And I've normally be thinking 33.5 miles, that's not too bad, but that was motorway driving. About half of that was on the motorway up to Dundee and back, which is like a casual 60-70 miles an hour all the way there and back. So it's just like, whoa, that's not great, especially in comparison to what I've been doing recently, which is my Golf 1.6 litre turbo diesel Blue Motion, which gets on the motorway about 58 miles to the gallon, or something really high. But in terms of size and space and layout, you've got a lot of space. You could easily fit 3 people in the back there, and the boot is massive. So the cost to fill up the tank there, I managed to get, which was about 3/4 of a tank there. It was £52 for that. And that's with petrol fuel save. The current prices are around about £1.29 in the UK per litre. Another thing about this is the engine. So a 1.4 petrol engine, you're obviously not expecting there to be a huge amount of power or anything like that, but it's almost to the point where it's so weak that it's almost dangerous. It's pretty cool. It revs high. It goes all up to like 6,500 revs, but I'll show you in a minute just how there's just not enough power, because I've got to go from what is like a normal street onto a motorway, and I get onto that motorway by going up a hill. So that's where you kind of need a bit of power to get up to motorway speed, so you can easily join in with the traffic. And if you don't have enough power to get up to 70 miles an hour, it's not that great. Okay, so in second gear, just coming off a roundabout, and then as we go up to about 30 miles an hour, still in second gear, going uphill, foot right down, foot is right down, and now seeing traffic, having to join, didn't actually manage to get up to 70 miles an hour there, so that was the foot right down. Pretty weak engine. However, when you're on the motorway and you're happily doing 50 miles an hour, hold on, the trip will tell me exactly what I'm doing. 54 miles an hour, it's pleasantly quiet. There's not too much wind, there's not too much kind of noise coming into the cabin. And you can very easily, just with a very low volume, have the radio on, and you don't have to have it blaring out. So yeah, nice and easy, good radio. But for me, what would I use this car? Would I ever buy this car myself? I would say in terms of size and space and practicality, it's pretty darn good. But the biggest downside for this car is definitely its engine. Just it's not frugal or efficient enough for me to think, yeah, a long trip, I'm happy to do that, because its fuel efficiency isn't very good, and it's so weak that I wouldn't want to be going on a motorway where I'm going, or not so much a motorway, but like a dual carriageway going up to the Highlands, where you kind of go, if you get stuck behind a lorry doing 50 and you're going, oh, I need to overtake, this car just doesn't have the power to get in front of another car to overtake in a short period of time. That's where the turbo diesel really comes into its own there. And also, for in the city, again, the size of the car, it's a fat car. I was trying to get it in my garage, and I'm really having to squeeze out the doors of this one. So in terms of practicality, being in it is great. Getting out of it, not so easy if you're in a UK car park where the door is a big door. You don't really have a huge amount of space to, you effectively have to thread yourself out of the side door. So for me, I would say its ride has been great. It's comfortable enough, quiet enough, easy enough to live with, but the engine in this one I would avoid like the plague. The 1.4 litre petrol engine, pretty darn naff. But in terms of car, I would say it's pretty darn good. And I like all the kind of computer stuff and the trip computers and everything, all looking pretty good. And the heating, I've barely had a steamed up window at all, so the actual ventilation and the circulation is very good in this car. And coming back into the Golf, where I've literally just got back into it, I haven't even taken off the cleaning thing. The one thing I would say I definitely do miss from the Vauxhall Astra is the things that were on the steering wheel, the dials for changing the volume, changing the radio station. It also had cruise control as well, which is very handy on the motorways, that's for sure. But that's something which I'm feeling kind of like looking, going, oh, where's my buttons? Oh, I need to stretch over and go all the way over to the radio. But I definitely like the seating position in the Golf that I've got. You just feel a little bit higher up, a little bit straighter up as well. I think the ergonomics of the seating position in my Golf definitely is a little bit more friendly for my body shape and my size.